Hello, and it's almost the weekend, which means it is time for the next edition of Court and Crime with Ali. And today he's going to tell us of the top 3 cases that he's covered this week and which has kind of had a huge impact.
Yeah.
And the first one is actually, in a way, funny and tragic.
This week we witnessed a story that I've been recently heard from public about it. So in courtroom there was a gang of Nigerian women. They robbed an Iraqi merchant. The thing is with this robbery, they robbed him with 60,000 dirham. The thing is with this robbery, they lured him through a dating app. So the victim, basically, he was searching on a dating app. So he met a woman that claimed that she's from Sweden. So he contacted her. She called him asking to meet in Al Quoz area. And when he arrived to the apartment, he was surprised with 5 women. They pulled him inside the flat, and they were from Nigeria. They're not Swedish. So they pulled him inside the apartment. They beat him up, tied him up. They stole the money which was inside his pocket, 60,000 dirham. So the whole scam is starting from the dating app, which led to this robbery. So the guy, later they allow him to leave. He called the Dubai police. They came and they arrested the woman. The woman now on trial, accused of robbery. And the victim, the Iraqi merchant, he's also on a trial actually in the misdemeanor court for encouraging to commit a sin.
Yes. So which is again, I think, something that people need to take into account is cultural sensitivities, things like that.
Absolutely.
And how you behave and how to respect other people. And maybe you don't know what his intent was, and he ended up landing in trouble, but he's actually managed to get away lightly. He lost money, but he was still alive.
He lost money.
But you never know what the consequences could have been.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, he thought that he gonna meet a beautiful girl on a dating app, and he wanted to go out with her to maybe start an affair. So he was surprised. I mean, this is kind of a trap that I heard recently from public, that dating apps, people go on dating apps and then they're surprised that the picture on the dating app is different from the reality. And the gang, they used advantage from this, and they
because
basically
this is not actually that new, because you've had several kind of rather gruesome cases where you've had people, adults, pedophiles, grooming young girls, etc., using Facebook previously.
Yes.
So this seems to be a follow-on from that. So again, parents, everybody needs to be alert, because everybody has access to these apps. And do be careful.
Yes.
And that's what the police would also warn you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the second story we have is also another story of an international scam that arrived in the UAE.
Yeah.
The phones and the
phones scam.
And the fake dollars.
Yeah. It's a guy from Georgia. He came to the UAE. So he contacted a phone dealer in Naif area. So he wanted to purchase 70 smartphones worth around $40,000. So after he contacted him, he asked the merchant to come with the phones to pay the money. So the merchant, he's from India. He suspected the whole thing because from the nationality of the guy, because recently a couple of shops in Naif area have been scammed with this similar style.
Okay, similar mode of operation.
Yes,
so
from this nationality, from Georgia. So he informed Dubai police, and Dubai police cooperated with him, and they set a trap. They arrested the Georgian guy. They found the money in his possession. When they checked the money, it was fake dollars. It was 40,000 dirham, $40,000 fake.
So this was like counterfeit currency, that is. Yeah.
Yes. He wanted to buy the phone. So this happened for a couple of times, and actually, the suspect succeeded before. He bought the phones with fake dollars. So it's been a couple of complaints that reached Dubai police, which alerted them. But finally, the guy was arrested, and he's on trial now for possession of fake dollars and illegally obtaining the 70 smartphones.
Yes. So
yeah, that scam that's happened recently. But the good thing is, the police are aware of such kind of scams
Yes,
whenever.
yes.
So they were alerted, and okay.
And I think that's the most important point, is that the minute he was suspicious, he called the police up and informed them.
He was smart, and that's what the society need to be like the Indian merchant. They need to be smart. They need to be alerted. If they suspected anything, they can just like easily contact the Dubai police to alarm them, and then police, they can just like work with them.
And you said there are two different kinds of numbers that people can call. One is for emergency and one is for...
Yes. Usually for emergencies, everybody knows the call 999. But for non-emergency, you can call 901. When you call 901, they can guide you to the proper department if you have a complaint, if you have an issue, a problem. If it's not really if it's not emergency, then you can call 901, which is really useful now, because it's building a good channel between the Dubai police and the public.
Absolutely, and making society safer for everybody. Which brings us to the third story, and which is again quite scary because it could happen to any of us. The flight tickets.
Recently, yes, it was kind of scary, because a group of 21 people, they met an employee in a tourist company, and they wanted to go home to buy their tickets. So he offered them cheap flights.
Sorry to interrupt you, Elise, but this is a legitimate tourist company.
No, it is actual tourist company in Sharjah. Yeah. But this employee, only this guy, he has debts of around 100,000 dirham.
Okay.
So he wanted to do the scam to pay his debts. So he thought about this idea of bringing people, telling them that there are cheap airline tickets for their homes. So they paid the money. What he did actually, he booked the tickets, 21 tickets, but he didn't pay the money for the airline company. So
because I think there's a window till how long you can keep the booking.
It's 48 hours exactly. It's 48 hours. Then the tickets will be cancelled. So those guys, a group of 21 people, after they packed their bags and they go to the airport, they were shocked that the tickets were false.
Yeah.
So that's ruined their vacation actually. Yeah. So they alerted Sharjah police, and immediately within 48 hours, Sharjah police arrested the guy who was in the tourist company in Al Dade area. He escaped and he switched his phone off. He didn't answer his calls, but Sharjah police managed to arrest the guy, and he confessed that he did the whole scam to pay his
debts. Yes,
which is
these are tough economic times, but anyway, that does not make this kind of conduct excusable, but which also tells you that please get your tickets, etc., from legitimate sources. Do not be fooled. Double check your booking, especially before you fly.
Yeah, that's actually what Sharjah police, they want public about it, especially in this case. They want public, just like if you want to book tickets, go to verified places, book it from genuine website, and always suspect it if there is really cheap tickets.
Yes.
So you'll keep wondering why this ticket is cheap. It must be something fishy behind it.
Absolutely.
So police always, just like as you said, that they warn public, just like be careful with that.
Not all deals are sweet deals, as they say. So be careful. So on that note, we will end today's edition, and we will wish you a great weekend, and see you again next week.